cultural identity as well as response teaching. During this presentation, I want to take the time to explore how my cultural identity and Christian views shape my teaching influence through my worldview and guide my commitment to equality and culturally responsive practice during my time as a future educator. My cultural background. Having grown up in the South, I believe that it has helped shape my values around my family as well as shaped my responsibilities. These early influences guide how I connect with my students and be able to build a community within my future classroom, knowing my students have a safe place for them. Faith as part of my identity. My Christian faith influences my teaching philosophy by my values such as compassion, love, respect, and service guide how I treat my students and how I hope to build an encouraging learning environment for every student that may walk through my door. My identity as well as worldview. My cultural identity shapes how I interpret conversation, even behavior, as well as relationships. Being aware of this helps me reflect my assumptions and remains open and flexible with all of my students. How identity shapes my teaching philosophy. Because of my upcoming, I value community as well as mutual respect. I want my students to be able to work together and appreciate one another's strengths and to be able to contribute to a positive classroom culture with one another. Now, what is culturally response teaching? Culturally response teaching acknowledges students' different culture backgrounds as strengths. It uses their knowledge, experiences to be able to support and learn and make lessons more meaningful for each and every different culture in the classroom. Christian principles supporting cultural response teaching. Christian values of love and compassion align with culturally response teaching perfectly. Treating all students with dignity as well as respect promotes fairness and supports inclusive learning environments inside the classroom. Using students' cultures while inside the classroom. I plan to use diverse books, images, as well as examples that reflect many different cultures. Allowing students to share their different stories and traditions makes learning more personal and relative to them inside the classroom. Partnering with families as well as communities can help us better understand each of our students and know their strengths that can connect them between home and school. Families hold greater value to their culture that we may not understand or know of. Equity versus equality. Equality means giving everyone the same support, but equity means giving each student what they personally need to be able to succeed. Equity ensures fairness and opportunity for all students with different learning abilities. Personal understanding of equity. My experience has shown me that fairness does not look the same for every student. Some students need additional resources and time and flexibility with their ways of learning to be able to succeed in the classroom. How I will apply equity inside the classroom. I will provide multiple ways for students to demonstrate knowledge. I want to offer personal support and ensure assignments reflect each learner's needs and different cultural strengths. Racism and challenges in education. Racism has shaped educational access and expectations throughout history. Understanding these challenges allows teachers to be more intentional when creating and supporting learning environments in the classroom. Example of racism in education. Students of color have historically been underrepresented in advanced classes as well as disciplined differently than others. These disparities motivate me to challenge bias and promote fairness for all inside my classroom. Christian worldview supporting diversity. Christian teachings emphasize unity and love for all people. These beliefs support a creating classroom where every student feels valued, accepted, and celebrated. Building a sense of belonging. Belonging increases students' confidence as well as engagement inside the classroom. I want every student to feel seen and safe to express themselves as well as share ideas and participate fully while inside my classroom. practical inclusion strategies like student choice, conversations, relationship building, and integrating cultural context all help create a welcoming and an inclusive environment inside the classroom. My growth as an educator is important. I'm committed to ongoing growth. I will continue to reflect on my basis, learning from my students, and participating in professional development to be able to deepen my cultural understanding for my future students. My goals as a future educator are to empower students academically as well as culturally. I want to nurture empathy as well as representation and respect through the curriculum as well as classroom community that they have built. By honoring students' identities and practicing equity as well as applying Christian principles with compassion, I want to create a classroom that is inclusive and culturally responsive as well as transformative for all learners that may come through my classroom.